Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. So today I will be chopping camphor trees for 10 hours. We're going to be exploring the XP rate at this tree as well as the profit, and hopefully in a time span of 10 hours we can do just that. We do have no log basket on this account, but that is okay as these trees are pretty close to a bank, so it is going to be more banking for me, but needless to say, we still should pretty much find out what we need to find out today, the XP rates and the profit. So let's go ahead and start that 10-hour timer and talk a little bit about these new trees. So the camphor tree is a lumber tree requiring level 66 wood cutting. At every single successful cut, you do get 143 woodcutting XP. If you decide to do this in a forestry world, you can expect about 80 to 85k XP according to the wiki when you are about level 90 woodcutting. However, I will say right away, I did not do this in a forestry world, and I was averaging a solid 60k an hour the whole entire video. The respawn time is 114 seconds, and there are 3 trees in the location that I chose to chop them in. You can find them in the Sacred Grove and also the Summer Shore, both of those locations being on the Great Conch. Personally, I just choose the west side. You can go chop them to the east, but I think that's just long run from the bank, and if you decide to chop these trees from the west side, then it's a very quick run to the bank. That's why I chose the west side. So I started this video yesterday alongside the salvaging on the Iron Man, and I got about 8 hours of this done yesterday, and the other 2 hours were completed this morning. So as of yesterday, the price of these logs were all the way up at 3.5k a piece. About 24 hours later, they are now all the way down to 2.5k, but that's still not too bad. And keep in mind, I do want to stress that the XP per hour and the logs that I obtained every hour, results definitely will vary dependent on your woodcutting level and if you have a log basket. I mean, you're seeing on screen here in real speed how long the run is to the bank, and although it's not that long, I can definitely understand that if you had a log basket, it would definitely save a decent amount of time. But yeah, I just apologize, I have not done a lot of forestry on my main account. So a little bit more information about these camphor trees, because you can actually grow them. That's right, with the farming skill and level 66 farming, you can grow this over at the Locust Oasis, and you only have to pay 10 white berries for the farmer to protect it. It'll take about 5,120 minutes, or approximately 3 days and 13 hours and 20 minutes to grow this tree. But once you do grow it, you can harvest it for the same logs that you're seeing me get on screen here. According to the wiki, no one knows how much XP you get from checking this tree, but when you plant it, you do get 88 XP, so that's something to keep in mind. I'm sure someone's gonna plant one eventually and watch it grow, but I don't think enough time has gone by yet since it came into the game, so we are still waiting to find out how much farming XP you get from this. But yeah, that's why there's a camphor seed, not just the logs. There's a lot more to this tree. There's also camphor planks, and these are used in the sailing skill, and they're also very useful for making camphor hull parts, which I think is used for the ship. And there's also a weapon in the game called a camphor blowpipe. It can be made with 58 fletching, and once you craft it, you do get about 140 fletching XP. It requires 45 range, and it fires up to mithril darts. That is absolutely crazy that this is a weapon. I mean, I'm just stunned because I'm thinking in my head real quick, like, what will ever make someone use a U short bow again? I guess short bows are just out of style, and lower tier blowpipes are coming into the game. Very interesting. I mean, I guess I'm okay with that. It is a pretty unique way to train range at a low level, but yeah, this and all these new cannonballs, wow, they really did kind of give range a little bit of an upgrade with this update, along with woodcutting and many other skills. Not to mention they introduced a brand new skill entirely, which I gotta say, I'm definitely enjoying all of the things that have come with sailing so far. I think I enjoy the things that have come out with this update rather than the actual skill itself, but that's okay, because nevertheless we are pumping these videos out. Well, that was yesterday when the log was 3,300 a piece, and as you can see, I chopped about 411 in 1 hour, so you multiply that by 3,300 and we managed to make 1.3 mil GP an hour by just chopping these camphor logs. Not to mention 60 8,000 woodcutting XP. Absolutely incredible. I mean, this is going to give redwoods a run for its money as well as magic trees, and honestly, I think woodcutting needed a new tree. There's never been a lot of variety with trees in old school RuneScape. I mean, there's a lot of different trees, but most of them are just not that useful for many things, if anything at all. The only trees that really come to mind are yew, magic, and redwood. Maybe teak and mahogany for good XP and just, you know, planting them and pretty good for farming as well. But yeah, I think that woodcutting definitely needed a boost, and there is more trees to cover. This is just the first one. And like I mentioned before, the requirement for these trees is 66 woodcutting, and then you move up a tier and you have 75 woodcutting, which again is the magic tree. We all know that. But then you move up 5 more levels and you have the ironwood tree. I'm really looking forward to covering that tree, probably as it goes for like the skilling part of sailing. I imagine that'll be the next tree that I cover. And then 12 levels after that, you have the highest tier tree in old school RuneScape, which is the rosewood tree. I've heard rumors of those logs going for 25k. I mean, some people made hundreds of mils chopping rosewood trees. I think Solo Mission did it, a friend of mine did it, and a lot of people who have camped just sailing since release have made a lot of GP chopping those rosewood trees. So I'm really looking forward to covering the ironwood and the rosewood in good time. Remember, this is no race, although it kind of is, you know, but yeah, I just kind of progress with sailing, and whenever my sailing level hits a decent milestone where I access an island or a skill or a monster or an activity that I have not shown before, well, I simply take a break from sailing and I just cover that activity, and while I'm doing it, I always AFK sailing on another account. So I'm always working on sailing somehow, some way. My main account is pretty low, probably close to 50 sailing is what I'll get by the end of today, but my Iron Man is reaching closer to 70, so it just really depends on the day, what account I'm working on and whatnot. I was able to hit 56 million woodcutting XP in this video, and another reason why I wanted to do this video is not only because it's a new tree and it's a new log to cover, but because I still don't have the beaver pet on my account. Maybe trying out a different tree would bring me some luck, but unfortunately no beaver in this video, so we will deal with that, and maybe we'll get it in the rosewood or the ironwood video. I look forward to it. You know, I did kind of forget that I was talking badly about how there wasn't a lot of variety of woodcutting trees in RuneScape earlier, but there are infected tree roots that also were released into the game, and you only need 80 woodcutting for those. I would say redwood trees and infected tree roots definitely more AFK than these trees are, and probably, you know, you can stay stationary there longer, but you do have to bank more often when it comes to these Camphor trees. Again, wouldn't stress it any more than I already have. Look into getting that log basket if you're going to decide to do some woodcutting. It saves so much time, and I will try to get a log basket before I return to do another woodcutting video. Or maybe I'll just end up doing it on my Iron Man, so save me time for getting that basket again. Alright, 10 hours of chopping the Camphor trees has been completed. Let's go ahead and see the overall XP. Looks like we got 599k in 10 hours. I guess we're gonna round up to 600k. 4,072 logs in 10 hours. So pretty consistent 400 logs an hour at 99 woodcutting, and that is without a log basket, so something to keep in mind. And since it is day 2 now, or I should say day 3 overall, we did go ahead and sell them for about 2.5k a piece. So I made about 10.5 mil in 10 hours, and I managed to get over 60k woodcutting XP every single hour. So definitely worth chopping these trees for you main accounts and you Ironmen out there who are probably going to have to anyway. And yeah, really glad that I covered this, because I think these trees are going to be pretty important for a long time to come. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. I really do appreciate your time. Thank you to all the YouTube channel members. You guys are incredible. Big shout out to Gentle Jester, DaeDogGaming, the Mr. Borgia 2, xXzoticx, DeceptionZ. You guys are amazing. Until next time, Mr. No Sleep out.